Just a little more time is all we're asking for. Do you ever get a song in your head and you're just like, what? What is this song about? You know, Spirit will talk to you and you will get a song in your head and you're like, oh, that's Spirit. I love that. We can talk to Spirit in the clouds. And the allegory of dragons and birds and magical things are really hope and really gifts that we have the ability to create realities. In the beginning, God created. You are also a creator. You create family, friends, art, music, whatever. You are a creator. And because you're a creator, you have so many abilities, and we have to tap into those abilities by balancing flesh and spirit. Once you hear Spirit, you'll fly through the clouds and work in such a precise, perfect way that there's nothing that could be against you. And so it's an amazing journey to be alive. Welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mary Moses. I am an oracle. We do an ancient art technique here called Scrying. It's basically taking a piece of paper, which is a tree, and charcoal, which is a burned tree, and we create a telepathic vision. This telepathic vision is like a television. It will create chaos. Out of chaos, we will see, and Spirit will tell us very significant things. We have deceased loved ones who come forward. Sometimes we see where you are spiritually, what your power is, who your spirit guide is, what element you should be working with. And Rebecca seems to be clouds. And so I encourage you guys, if you have not watched the Saturday class we had with John talks about how significant clouds are and what they are and what they mean as an alchemical, symbolical communication to you from Spirit. So welcome. I pulled 2 cards for you. One is rest and boundaries. So if you are in your time of rest, you are not just learning like in a school. You are learning how to set boundaries through your thoughts, your actions, and even what you're doing, like making a garden or drinking soda. These actions are either creating life or death. And these actions either set boundaries or not. They either collect power or not. So I see that you may be in a place where you're learning to control your mind, where Spirit is saying, look, you have ascended. Do not bring the Voldemort to Hogwarts. So we're going to teach you to set boundaries. And when you have perfected this, you will be set free from the place of rest. And you will be responsible in a new world. That may be where you are, but we don't know. We'll see. Let's let Zoltan tell us where you are. Zoltan, where is Rebecca?
Because you hide nothing from the world, the answer is no. He who creates hope through a balloon and a heart illustrates that if you place your private life in public, you forget that invisibility is a superpower.
Invisibility is a superpower. Let's blow some invisible bubbles for your son right now. He can watch it later if he wants to. This is for your son. Bubble, bubble, bubble. A bubble is invisible. Learning to become invisible is something that I've been taught by the invisible mother, by these invisible spirits. I was taught, I went into the moon, inside the moon, and I saw all these beings and they all operate telepathically. Everything is operated telepathically. They are all one mind. And if anyone comes there that has pain, shame, ignorance, narcissism, any of this, they will know. Because I'm like the Voldemort coming into a world. And so I went there and I saw this being look at me, and I had to learn to become nothing. I had to not think thoughts, feel feelings, and I went into the floor, and then you become invisible. Becoming invisible isn't just a a magical act, it's also becoming invisible to even yourself, so that you do not indulge in your own thoughts and your own feelings. You surrender and let go and hear the voice of spirit that really kind of grows you into a larger spirit. So let's let Mushi say hello. Hello, Rebecca. Mwah. Mushi's going to anoint your piece with 320 hertz frequency. A human body resonates about 100 hertz frequency. If you want to become a Reiki healer, if you want to become more powerful, I encourage you to get rose essential oil. It has over 300 hertz frequency. Or I encourage you to wear linen. It has 5,000 hertz frequency. I encourage you to eat living foods, drink living waters, and find and seek high frequency things so that you can step into your awakening fully clothed with so much power and energy that someone can just think about you and they can somehow be healed. That's the agenda. Rebecca, I saw you on a half bird, half dragon flying through the clouds, wearing a white dress with white ribbons in your hair. The clouds, this thing was pushing the clouds away with its wings, and you were learning, like the movie Avatar, to think up and it would go up, think down and it will go down. If you think, oh no, train derailment, our healthcare system, oh no, this president, oh this religion, and we begin to look at the world, your dragon will go down there. And we don't want to go down there. We want to think up. And when we think up, we'll go up over the rainbow and we will seek first the kingdom of God, and then suddenly we're in Care Bear land with Funshine Bear. So this is what we need to do, is train our brain to think up. Kind of like the movie Up, right? What? Now we gotta look at that allegory. Just a little more time is all we're asking for. Just a little more time will open and close the door. Just a little uncertainty can break things down. So if you're down and wrong, you know you can never surrender. And if the sky will lead you home, you can never surrender. And if the sky is cold and dark, you can see light. 'Cause no one can take away your right to fight and to never surrender. Never surrender. Time is all we're asking for. Something about time for you. So this dragon is here with wings, and you are flying, and the clouds, and there's somebody kissing you. You're being kissed by a motherly female energy, a very, very gentle, sweet kiss, and I don't know why. I don't know if this mother is that you are entering into the goddess energy, but this bird, dragon energy here is like half bird, half dragon, and the wings go like this. And there's this motherly thing here. And anyway, so this is going to tell you a story about where you are, and you are under the rainbow with rainbow hair, and you're becoming invisible. I don't see your face. And so this rainbow energy is you are being taught, and there's the clouds, and oh my goodness, this is amazing. So you're learning, you're becoming invisible, you're becoming small. This is good. Now, let's see where you are as far as balance goes, but there's a couple of children here, and they are in bed. And then there's this male energy here. So female, male here. And so that's not just you. I believe that's your inner child. Here you are. Also, let me get another marker. My markers become jerks over time. They get dried out. So you're over here almost at 13. But you're learning to shapeshift. You're learning to become nothing. You're learning from the dragon. You're becoming part of your dragon. I want you to notice something very significant. See the arrow going up on your forehead? Good job. So you're under the wing of your dragon, under the rainbow. This means that you are in the Vesica Piscis. You are under the wing. You are being protected until you're ready and you don't need them anymore. And you are ascending. You are going up, up, up. You're doing a great job. Now there's arrows going different directions though. So this may be a communication for you. You have an arrow going here, an arrow going, okay, I understand what this is. Okay, so you don't, so I don't know if you were in my live Saturday, but if we turn this over here, so first of all, your dragon wants to keep talking to you. Your dragon is a bird dragon. All right, arrow going down, an egg. Okay. So in our live Saturday, John was talking about how our soul is cut. And so while John was talking, I saw that what happens is we are like in a kaleidoscope. So when we are down here, they flip us this way, and then suddenly our reality is this way. See that angel right there? We're going to flip her that way. Okay, so look at how your dragon is there. But then when we flip it this way, here is this Isis-looking person with wings. The wings of Isis. Okay? And there's cloud energy for sure. All right? Now, when we flip timelines, now look at all those clouds. There's a cloud there, and there's rain coming down. There's rainbow. You have clouds and rainbows. This is Noah. The days of Noah have returned. Clouds, rainbows, boats, animal guides, spirit guides, all of this, the days of Noah have returned. And so, yet you have all these arrows. Look, we shift timelines. And every time we shift, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it seems as if every time we shift, we leave a piece of ourselves in that other place. And so it's getting really complicated. So now here's this timeline. And in this timeline, it says RR, railroad track. There's a train, railroad track. Dimensional train. Oh, this is all about the dimensional train. The dimensional train on the track. So here you have a train with a arrow going down. Here's the light from the train. Here's the train itself. We're looking at it from above. There's the train. Here's the track. Now, here's a curse, like something's stopping the train. So something happens where they put a token, like an amulet, like a curse, like it looks like money, and it has a dark curse on it. And it took the train and it derailed the train, and the train falls. And so when this train was derailed and it fell, then it shifted our timeline, and we ended up going into a different time. And so now we're all discombobulated and confused. And here you are. There's the cloud. It's a cloud here. And so then here's this man here. And he has a rainbow above his head with clouds on the side of it like that. Right? All right, so I don't know what this means yet. Yeah, you have a 4-leaf clover. You have Band-Aids that make a cross. There's something about healing. Then it says mom, mama, something. And then a heart with a cross in the center here. And something about contracts, shackled, our hands shackled to these timelines because of things. And then, oh, look, there's a castle beyond the rainbow. Oh, it's a song. It's the never-ending story. This is what we talked about. Okay, so there beyond the rainbow is the answer to the never-ending story. This is where you have to watch that video. Now, this is going to get significant here. All right, so the song goes, turn around, look at what you see. Turn around, down, this way, that way, and that way, right? None of the arrows go this way, but you're faced that way. Part of you, anyway. In your dreams, or in your face, or something. The mirror of your dreams. And then there beyond, something beyond the clouds, there beyond the rainbow is the answer to the never-ending story. Now, so there's this castle beyond the rainbow, and there's clouds. This is a song being said to you, and there's a prison also. It seems as if kind of a prison. And oh, look, it's a place we don't know about. It's like we need to turn around from this prison planet and only seek out somebody wants to send you a heart. You are just so loved, my darling. Somebody is sending you, just like, look, Rainbow Bridge. There's these rainbow bridges. When we cross the Rainbow Bridge, so the train needs to go this way through the Rainbow Bridge. I don't know what they're saying here, but it's almost as if the dark ones are cursing through some weird, strange things that don't make any sense, and making the tracks zigzag. And it's almost as if you're being asked to create a rainbow bridge for the dimensional train to go to its appropriate destination. See, it says RR, but in runes, railroad. Oh, you're the key. You're a key. Oh, you need to do something with trains. I'm sorry. I told you shouldn't, I told all of us before here, when we got on here, to stop thinking about the railroad and all these railroad train derailments, but I was wrong. According to your reading, this train needs your help. So you're a dimensional train shifter. If somebody put a curse on the destination of the train, you need to somehow send a rainbow bridge to allow the train to go to its destination. This is some high-tech astral travel stuff, okay? And literally it's getting, and then you have this ankh here. So there's an ankh like this, but it's not like an ankh. It is different, and it seems to be a curse. It's not like a regular ankh. I do know that the Vesica Piscis is a painful symbol. Once you get past the Vesica Piscis, you get into the flower of life, and it actually makes it better. It says manna. So, okay, so I know what this means. And there's a pyramid. And there's a hook. And there's a dragonfly. Yes, a really cute one. So you do have spirit guides coming forward. And a strange symbol that looks Hebrew. That looks like it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like this, like that. And so you have one little block. You have one block in front of near your temple, and you're looking this way. So look, your spirit guides are asking you. Look, you're at 13. Your heart chakra is here. You need to realize that there's a manipulation of our timeline. They make us go this way, and then upside down, and then this way, and then that way, like a kaleidoscope. And then there's a fish and this dead fish that makes a holy grail. And it's like Isis, who found the 14 pieces of her brother's body, right? You have to become Isis and collect the pieces of your soul that are being cut through timelines. Let me show you what it looks like, because I was just mentioning this today. It looks like this. So we were born, and we were rooted in the dark underworld. And all of us endured winds and rain, and we grew up toward the sun, and we began to bear fruits of virtue. And then somebody took our timeline and shifted us and it cut us from that timeline. When we were cut from that timeline, we lost something. We lost power. And we didn't know how to get it back. We just lost something. And then they did it again. Boom, they cut us. They turn us around. Now, the reason she can't see God or hear God is if we don't know how we're being manipulated. We have no idea that we are under mind control. And so what we have to do to find the pieces of ourselves together again is disconnect from the dark underworld, first of all. And secondly, begin to hear the voice of God. And the voice of God will teach us secretly how to get our pieces back and ascend from the dark underworld and be able to fly like a pretty little bluebird over the 7 colors of the rainbow. You are currently under this rainbow. You're in a place of protection because you don't know what's happening to your world, but I'm going to tell you this is what's happening. We are being shifted like a kaleidoscope. And every time they shift us, a piece of ourselves gets cut, and we lose power. And so we have to audit or recapitulate these pieces. And according to your reading, you are a rainbow bridge that stretches out and helps this dimensional train. There's a reason why all these trains have been derailing. It's because there is a dimensional train. There is. I've seen it ever since I was a child. It is connected to Harry Potter, Westworld, the Polar Express, Neo Anderson, The Matrix. This dimensional train does have a train conductor. Not everyone can get on the train. If you watched Rick and Morty, they said that the train conductor died and that somehow people were getting on these dimensional trains and they were coming into any dimension they wanted to. And so this is when the coronavirus started coming out. And I know that the coronavirus is spiritual. And I know that the people from the lower realms came into the higher realms and began to infect us with Voldemort energy, basically. And so the corona means crown. And so this crown is a rainbow over your head, telling you it's time to protect yourself. It is time to protect yourself. But you have a specific job. You are a key. You have an energy from your heart chakra that can emit a rainbow bridge that will help this train to find its railroad track. And the railroad track goes to Isis. These are finding all the pieces of yourself that are somehow cut. It's cut in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice it makes the letter P here. I don't know what that means. I'm sure John does. But this is a song, and there's another fish, a dead fish. This is the age of Pisces was cut and killed. All right, we are not there anymore. Now, your dragon person, you have a couple of dragons. Your dragon is saying they are invisible. This white energy here is the dragon is invisible. You are in a train currently. I don't know if you can see it, but these are the windows of your train. And you're like in a train. You are a train conductor, possibly. They need you. Someone killed the last train conductor, and it did something to our time. There's something about, I don't know if it's CERN, but it's a Stargate. And so it says, it's almost like they are trying to go to some place like Tartaria. It's some place that starts with the letter T, like this. And anyway, this dimensional train had a place to go. It was stopped. I was telling my friend John, I said, well, why don't we go get toy trains and put lights on them and try to make them, because if they can make things happen in our reality by train derailments to derail higher realms, because what happens down here happens up here, and what happens here happens up here. That's why we have to be careful, right? How do we fix this? According to your reading, you are the key that's going to help this. So it looks like you're connected to Isis. You're connected to finding all the pieces of ourselves that are lost in the 4 places of time, to bring your male and your female with spirit, male, female, spirit. You need to strengthen your male energy. Your female is very strong. Your spirit needs to be fed a little bit more. You're in a 3-fold flame. Peter Pan. You come in with the wind. The window, you go in through the window to meet Wendy. A secret in the night. You make the rainbow to the railroad crossing, to Isis, to bring back all the pieces of yourself that have been cut because they have some way to change our time like a clock. This is what they do to us. This is your body. Push this back up here. This is the railroad track. Time. Got a railroad track going this way. Got a railroad track going that way. Okay? This is our world. If we can stay in 0 point energy, we won't be cut. How do you stay in 0 point energy? I don't know. I always thought I was in 0 point energy, but I know that I've been cut. So I don't know if I'm right. Let me just say that this is my temporary opinion. Okay. If you stay in 0 point energy, no thoughts, no emotions, no attachments to reptilians, archons, religions, dogmas, nothing. You only hear divine source. Obey it with everything you have. What you eat, what you do, all of that. You'll stay in 0 point energy. When we come out here through polarization, low self-worth, materialism, addictions, all this, they have the ability to take a piece of ourselves and cut us, and then this thing moves. So, okay, let's say you're here for right now. Well, suddenly this moves like a fan, and you're in another timeline. But the piece of yourself that was down here is still there. I don't know what happens. There's something about it, and it moves and it moves. So these pieces of ourselves that gets cut, they're doing something with train derailments. And I don't know if they're going to try to make it more cutting, where if the train derails, are they going to do this and keep us in these little places? Because something's going on. And so you need to know that you are the rainbow bridge that's going to help us. You have to be invisible, though. Nobody can know you're doing this. You have to become no one, and then you can become everyone and help the lower people who don't even know that they're trapped get on a dimensional train. See, there's the fish again. Get on a dimensional train. And see, everybody wants to go up, but then they're being diverted. We should have just gone straight up. But here we're going to be going here, and then we get to go around that curse. So it's the story of Peter Pan. Peter Pan got manipulated by another letter P, which is the pirate. All right. A pirate took the ship. And the pirate had a alligator, a reptilian. And the reptilian ate a clock. A tick-tock clock. So, Peter Pan had to defeat the pirate to help his inner child maintain joy. Otherwise, the pirate makes us too serious about ourselves and everything. To find the treasure, which is eternal life. And so you are a rainbow, like a pirate, which means that you have a lot of Holy Spirit energy, which means you have a lot of mana. Animal magnetism comes from mana. If you go to Hawaii, they talk about mana as a supernatural energy that can manifest even in inanimate objects like a train, a burning bush, an animal, a person, even a robot. So when you read cards and you just pull these cards, the mana that is within you, the supernatural energy within you, is so powerful that you have abilities. So it's like you are what's the name? Star Wars. Anakin had, the Force was with him. The Force is with you. Mana, they say, comes from a volcano. I don't know about that. All I know is it's an invisible energy like a cloud. And these gods that say that they have mana are the original gods that don't choose to have a human form anymore. They are actually places of time, and they're called the Vedas, and they're connected to clouds. So you have mana. Now, because you have mana, you're the key, and you have the ability to take a curse, which is a black curse here, and divert it into, like Peter Pan, creating a window, rescuing the Wendy, and going back up here to a good place. Good place is where you guys are. All right, so something's going on here I'm not quite sure about, but this is what I'm seeing, that we get cut. How do you stop being cut? How do you stop? You hear the voice of God, you obey the voice of God, and then you're in 0 point energy. If you can say out loud, I neither have low self-worth, I don't have self-importance, I have forgiven my past, I have surrendered, I am nothing and yet everything. I am no one and yet everyone. You will be unseen, you will be invisible, and you will not be cut in your timelines like other people are. Wake up one morning, Mandela effect. Wake up one morning, things are weird. Wake up one morning, you feel like someone's died. Wake up, you feel like you've died. You've been cut. The only way to avoid being cut is to be in the eye of the needle, which you are. But you also have work to do. And there's something about manipulation, and you're the train conductor. And because you have train to conductor energy, meaning you have a lot of mana, you can take this train that had a destiny and was stopped. And here's the thing, if the lower realms are coming into the higher realms and they're being stopped, why is it wrong? I think they should be stopped if a whole bunch of jerks are trying to come up to the higher realms, right? But this God keeps coming in my art. Yam. Yam is the god of the waters of chaos, the age of Pisces. Now there's this lion eating a dead fish. I'm sure this has some kind of alchemical symbol. It's a dead fish. This god Yam, I didn't know if he was a good guy or not. All I know is when anyone comes from the waters of chaos, it's a dark place. You can see the darkness. Yahshua is, Yah means moon, Shua means sun, Yahweh, get H there. Yah means moon. I don't know what way means. But when you're talking about gods that begin with Yah, it's always sin. The god of the moon was named Sin. It's a place of darkness, and you go from darkness to light. It's a painful process, but we all have to go through it. So we went through the body of Christ, moon, sun, Yahweh. The reason I don't know about Yam is Yah, which is moon. It's the chaotic waters. So that Yam, the chaotic waters, is trying to come up to a heavenly realm, which is where you are. It does seem like a problem. But here's the thing, you have a key on your arm and the heart is here and railroad and mana. No one can get up unless they have the key of Solomon, which you have the key of Solomon. The key of Solomon is that you were born in the moon. Yeah. And you had to move through Shua, the sun, to become illuminated. Once you became illuminated, you went through a pole shift. This put you in Solomon's temple. Sol is sun. Oman spells moon. You went through a pole shift of moon, sun to sun, moon. Now the sun dominates the moon. Spirit dominates flesh. The heart dominates the mind. All right. And so when we went through this pole shift, we ended up in a higher realm, some place that dominates the moon. And it's usually like Freya. This is a place called Frey that dominates the moon. Gaia is a place called Ga that dominates Yah, moon. There's an Armenian goddess. Her name is Haya. Ha is a place that dominates the moon, Yah. The Dogon tribe calls Sirius C, the invisible star, the great mother. Her name is Emma. Yah. It's a place that dominates the moon. So when we went through Yeshua, it's painful. It's a dark world. And then we go up here, and here's where you are. You are in the Divine Mother, Freya, Gaia, Haya, Emma, Yah. Because you went through Solomon's temple, you went through a pole shift. So let's ask, why are these lower realms of the god of Yam coming into the higher realms? And I know that there are beings trying to stop them from coming up, but why is Rebecca being asked to create a rainbow bridge to help people here in this lower realm make it through? What is this? $144,000. There are pieces. It's spelled backwards. So there are people left behind. You're being a rainbow bridge to help people get through time where they were being cut. And who's got the god Yam, please? I believe that this is the Vedas with the mana energy that you had. It says sea. Yeah, I know that Yam is the god of the sea. I know that. I believe that this cloud energy is somehow connected to you. I don't believe it's bad. It looks like a Pinocchio down here. Is what has died? Our robotic self has died or something? Like something died. And our DNA has been upgraded. And something has shifted. And a wolf has returned. And death and life, a rebirth. Oh, okay, I get it. I don't know who the god Yam is exactly, but anyway, the dimensional train was stopped unless you have awoken to the wolf within you. That is that you are reborn, and you have to go through the death and rebirth, 1111. And you have to be in Solomon's temple, the key of Solomon. I don't know what RR means in Norse rune thing, but it means something railroad. If you get past 1, 2, 3, 4 places, Isis will see the pieces of your soul and put you in with mana, which is God, through the heart chakra to be a dragonfly. The nymph. Did you know that dragonflies live 1 year underwater? They're called nymphs. They actually spend an entire year underwater. So they grow underwater, and then when they come out, they're supposed to fly up into a new world as a dragonfly, the number 4, the 4th heart chakra. But something kept the dragonfly from its ascension. And so you're helping people who are ready to come out from being a water nymph. And something about you in the clouds. Peter Pan, creating a portal to helping young souls become invisible and escape and find their dragon. Now, you could take this allegory like the never-ending story. Bastian wanted to come out of his father's house in the school system. He went into an attic. He stole a book or borrowed it. He came up. Who was Atreyu trying to fight? The wolf, right? If you can realize you have a twin flame and that you have a wolf and you go through the mirror and all this stuff, a death and a rebirth, having the confidence to step into a new world, to be reborn, you've entered Solomon's temple. And then this is kind of like that story. So it is the never-ending story. Turn around and look at what you see, and there's clouds there. Let me look at my rune book. I'm so ignorant when it comes to runes. Runes. This is what I have. I don't even know if I'm right. Let's see here. What are those R symbols? Oh, the art is ride, journey, and change. That's the train. Railroad. RR. Ride, journey, change. RR. Shifting. All these things are starting to come forward. Now, the letter P, that makes that letter P, which is a rune symbol, is the Peter Pan. This is discipline and knowledge. It's also known as the crucible. Now, if you make it up to the crucible, which is this symbol right here, it's that letter P looking thing. This is burning away all that is false. And when you burn away all that is false, it makes smoke and clouds. And this smoke and clouds brings God, which is manna, into the pineal gland, making him a real boy, a dragonfly. So I think that your spirit guides are letting you know, turn around, look at what you see. We've left pieces of ourselves in the different 4 angles. You must maintain 0-point energy for your power to be strong. You cannot create the rainbow bridge if you are polarized by low self-worth, self-importance, materialism, addictions, sick fixations, any of that. Say, I am nothing and everything. I'm no one and everyone. Don't believe anyone, no religion, no nothing. Let God talk to you. God is always living energy, life energy, truth, joy, and power. You have a power. You're meant to fulfill your destiny. So yeah, that's what you're going to do. Now these symbols, I let me see if I can find it. I don't really know what those symbols are. The hook is here. That's a hook. That's a hook. That's a hook. It's like half of an Aries symbol there. That's an eggshell. This means eggshell. Okay, you have an egg. Eggshell. This means eggshell. When the egg hatches from the inside out, you've become illuminated from the inside out. Look out. You'll be able to have so many awakenings. There's nothing that will be hidden from you. Now, the other symbol, this one right here. Maybe it's a rune symbol. Not sure. It may be this one. Oh, look at this one. Look at it really close. It has a hook and an X. It means summer. All right, let's look at the rune symbol again. Maybe that symbol is in there. There's that one. That's the serpent. Let's start at the beginning. Not that. You have a lot of rune symbols in your piece. Nope. You have all these arrows. The arrow growing up is strength, warrior, and duty. Okay, now this was the letter P, like the crucible. This is joy and success also. You have that in your piece. What? It's amazing here. The castle makes the letter M. Self-family relationships. You have this letter T here. It's different than that one. I'll look into that. See, this is like the railroad crossing. This is called the chalice offerings. This is Odin's spear. Okay, so notice the zigzag on the side of the wolf. This is the sun. This is entering, someone who's left the moon, entering the sun energy, zigzag here. If you see an X with this on it, that looks like on its side, this is the day and the dawn. This is man. Now you have that letter M there, but it's different. Okay, let's go back. You have so many. Now you have that letter Y that looks like, Yam has this symbol here. This one right here, actually. I'm just going to look again because you're a warrior, number 1. Wind, harmony, joy, fear, headstrong. Let's look at your piece closely because I can see all kinds of runes in here, not just the R's. If we look closely, we can see all kinds of different ones. You have that hook one right there that looks like the letter N, strength and energy. Drastic change, life lessons. B. I don't see a B in your piece. Anyway, I want you to notice this is a rainbow. Boom. Little rainbow. Big rainbow. The place that you're in right now, these people are small. You're big. You've gone to an expanded spirit. Your spirit is bigger, but it looks like you have a piece of yourself here. You have a piece of yourself here. You have a piece of yourself here and here. These are 4 pieces of yourself that you must bring back. And according to what I've learned, the only way to go to 0 point energy is to say, I am nothing and everything, and truly forgive. Get your inner child. If anything bad happened to you in your past, at a certain precipice, go back into your past and rescue them before their heart was broken, before they shifted timelines. And you'll start gathering all the pieces of yourself because now you have the ability to shift timelines because you are the train conductor. You have this ability if you can maintain 0 point energy. If you maintain 0 point energy, you can go back in, remote view your past, collect all the pieces of yourself. And this is a Scientology concept. They say if you can collect all the pieces of yourself, you are called in the clear and you become a superhero. You become powerful. So a piece of yourself is like Isis, you know, with the wings, the white wings and the white clouds. It's an amazing story. I love it. Now you have an owl there as well. And there is an upside down cross here. I don't know what that means. All right, let's talk about this though. I'll position it so you can take a picture of it. It looks like you have work to do in the sense that you're going to have to develop your astral self, and that here's an understanding. You don't have control over your double, your astral self. The only thing that you have control over is what you indulge in. If you seek first the kingdom of God, your astral self will go do what it must, and you will feed it life, energy, and power, and joy, laughter, and all that. Watch what you eat, watch what you drink, watch who you are around. All these things, keep yourself really balanced in 0 point energy. Then your dragon, your higher self, will have so much power that it will do already things. You don't have to tell it to do anything. It will go do what it will do. All it needs is you to be an empty holy grail to have the ability to not be pulled. So when we allow our mind to get pulled into the swamp of sadness, it will take our artex, our higher self, down there. Your thoughts actually tell your dragon where to go, up or down. So lead your dragon up, and then your dragon will do the rest. You don't have to do anything. Now, if you open your third eye and your pineal gland enough, you may witness what your double self, your invisible self, does. And if you have the ability to witness what your invisible self does, you'll be healing people, you will be raising them from the dead, you will become them, you will do amazing things. and you'll be so shocked at your power. So your physical body, the only thing that you are here to do in the physical is to make sure that you follow life energy and leave behind the dead, so that you feed your spirit and your spirit can do what it must. Think of Bastian when he was in the attic reading about his twin flame that was on another realm. When Bastian got angry and began crying, Atreyu's world crumbled. So if you can maintain 0 point energy, your Atreyu, your dragon, will go and save Fantasia from the lower realm. And that's basically your story. It's awesome, actually. Yet they want to connect with you, but they can only see your actions. So let's say, I just want to be healthy and happy and balanced. And then we go and just eat whatever we want. We allow our minds to think whatever it wants to think. We don't plant a garden. Maybe we neglect our animals. Maybe our house is messy. Our double sees our action. That's why derailing a train is an action that affects their world. As below, so above, right? So action is more important than words when it comes to dealing with your double. So action is a prayer. What are we going to do to feed your spirit? 1, go underwater every day with salt water. Make sure your pH is balanced. 7.0 is good. It will make you balanced. Drink clean water. Activate the water with magnetism or something where you get H3O2 or H2O3, whatever that is. Magnetized water. Eat honey. Honey will increase your oracle and psychic abilities. It's a part of feeding your spirit. Eat life food. Get rid of pasteurized, processed, imitation, sugary foods. You are a natural negative ion emitter. Positive ions come from bacteria and mold, technology like computers and cell phones, 5G towers. Your heart really needs negative ions. So how do you make yourself a better negative ion emitter? Don't eat so much sugar. Your lymph nodes uses salt to cleanse out bacteria, which is positive ions. If you eat too much sugar, your lymph nodes are getting filled with a contradiction of salt, which is sugar. You sweat salt and your tears are salty. Salt is a natural antibiotic. So give up some sugar. Mostly, do not drink soda. Do not drink sweet tea. Do not have coffee with sugar. Do not eat a lot of donuts. Give up a lot of bread and just watch what you eat. Pasteurized, processed, imitation food is chemical toxic, and it will pull your physical temple down like an anchor, and then by extension, your double will feel it. So go underwater with salt water, Epsom salts or whatever every day. If you have to buy a blow-up pool bath, you can do that. It's like $40 or $50 on Amazon. You blow it up, you add hot water to it, you put salt in it, you go underwater every day. Second thing you're going to do is sun gaze with your bare feet, with your eyes closed at the sun, to activate your aura in your spirit. Make a garden. Feed the birds. Feed the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are about time travel. If you want tell your double that you want to time travel, feed the hummingbirds. Good food. Do not give the hummingbirds red dye. Red dye will kill the hummingbirds. Don't give them that red juice. Boil water with raw sugar, and don't put honey in it because hummingbirds don't like that. And ice it down and just read a prescription a recipe on how to feed hummingbirds naturally without hurting them. But just give them raw sugar and put out hummingbird feeders. Feed the birds. Seeds of life. Seeds are so powerful to your double self. I feed my birds and my squirrels so many seeds you wouldn't believe it. And I have so much abundance around me. Right? And I love to give things away. I love to give things to you guys, all that, because I know that I give what I am a receiver. I give and I receive. I know how to receive. It's not about acceptance. It's about, what do you do with your hands? Well, you make art. You make glittery things. You put dodecahedrons around you. You activate your world through your actions. Make glowing art. Make music. Make things. Make a garden. Just make your life amazing. Now, cleanliness is next to godliness. Clean your house, clean your car, clean your bathroom, clean your mailbox, clean your yard, clean your attic, clean your closets, clean your basement, clean your clothing, clean your shoes, clean your thoughts, clean your emotions, clean your relationships. And the more you clean, the more things get cleared out. Not only for you, but your double is going to be like, whoa, I don't know where I got all this power from, and it was from you doing a great job. And according to your reading, you're already doing that. According to your reading, your double's very proud of you. I see that you obviously you're living life. But I'll say this, you're doing a great job. You're at 13, you're becoming a master. So you're going to be doing things when it comes to the railroad. Ding, ding, ding. And study about the god Yam, because I have no idea whether he's a jerk or not. I will say this. My son had a friend over. We call him John the Baptist, right? So funny that he's John the Baptist when we're talking about water here. And I said at the dinner table, I said, I keep seeing the god Yam coming through in my art. And he keeps attaching himself to people, like grabbing people, like hugging them and getting on them. And John said, you know how God talks through people? John said, maybe he's actually the good guy. And I was like, oh. I mean, I just assumed because his name's Yah, that he was darkness, the moon, chaos, water. But he is the god of the sea. So I may be wrong about him because I don't know. And I don't know anything about him. All I know is he keeps coming forward. Maybe we just need to study the letters. Y, A, and M. Yah is moon. M is this M. So, okay, now we're understanding. If we're leaving Yah behind, which is the moon, M is what goes up here. What is M? I bet there are so many M's. There's M Scorpio. There's... Let's see what else. Let's see in runes what is M. Horse, wheel, luck. Man. I think this is about giving and receiving, to be honest. I think the female and male energy is all about electricity. It's all about giving and receiving, magnetism, according to John. John could say it out loud. He'd be like, Mary, it means this. And I would go, oh yeah, I forgot. It's about electricity needs magnetism and motion, energy, and power. That's what it means. Motion, energy, and power. So there's something scientific and quantum mechanical information going on in your piece. So I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure this out. Does it say tofu on the right? Does it? Maybe. Yam is the Canaanite god of the sea. Yes, I see it says sea, and then it says Yam, and then he's down here in the water. And there he is. I've seen him come forward where he's up here, putting his legs and arms around somebody. And then I saw him one time somewhere else, but mostly he's down here with the people who died. The Pinocchio, the dead Pinocchio, and the dead fish. And I don't know what it means. John may know. You also have this symbol, like this. Hold on. You have other symbols here. It says Thor. What are you, like Norse or something? Everything is like Norse. It says Thor. Oh, it says seal over the man's head at the bottom. It says seal. It does say seal. You're so right. Hey, you guys, follow Super Mama. Oh, this is Rebecca. Follow Super Mama, Rebecca, the person I'm reading for right now. What a great comment. Thank you for that. You guys, please follow Rebecca. Very good observation. Maybe Yam is the god of the sea that gives us a seal over our head, the rainbow bridge and the clouds. Maybe? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, if you guys start doing this, you are creating a telepathic vision and it will change right in front of your eyes. Yes, it will. When you're doing this, and if you've done it as long as I've done it, you could sit here and look at it and it will literally change and shift and talk to you. Sometimes your loved ones will come forward and I will see your grandmother, your father, your mother, and they will show their face and then they will show a piece of paper or an envelope, meaning I have a message for you. Then they will shapeshift into something else as a communication. And it freaks me out. I'm like, okay. And then I'll see you, but then you will shapeshift as a communication. And if I don't talk, it'll change so fast I won't be able to catch up with the message, right? Like Rebecca at first was just here, and I was like, oh, she's really small, and maybe that's a good thing. But then all of a sudden there she was saying that that she went from here to here, and she's grown spiritually. Yeah, it's not. I've been practicing. That is how I've been drawing through Scrying. The images have been amazing. Oh, good job, darling. You are a scryer. So here's what you need to do. Thank you for letting me know that. Here's what you need to do. Sorry. See your arm that's reaching through? All right, let's say that you see the dead from here. So show me which way I need to make the train go. And you can literally make a map. Oh, here we go, people. You're making the marauders anything unless God leads you to do it. We do not have that power over death or life. God has power over death and life. However, you are a scryer. You have the number 13. You're becoming a master. You are inside the energy of God. You are learning to become the arms, the hands, the mouth, and the feet of God. As an instrument of God, you have this ability. But this is a little bit of an understanding for you to help you understand. Everything in the world is under the control of God. But if God uses you to help you to become your power and your gift, yes, you are a candle of God. You're a pillar of God. And there's a box here. And anyway, something about your twin flame. You and your twin flame have to be at the same frequency. Also, one of you can't be smaller than the other. So there may be a communication from God that when it's time for you to collect the 144,000 here. See, you had the 144,000 backwards here. When it's time, now notice this shape is significant. When it's time, You will be pivotal in making the map for those who are fallen to find their way, because you are the hands and feet of God. God is invisible like a cloud, and God will use you to do the will of God. Yes, needs soldiers and pillars of God. Yes, you are one of them. God uses me. God uses many people. You will strengthen that gift, walking on water, raising the dead, being a map, whatever. As long as you are the arms of God and understanding that. I don't know about the twin flame and how the twin flame has to be the same size and they should be the same frequency. I don't really know anything about that. I do know the number 111 is the number of the sun, and this is the sun, and this is death, and this is Noah, and this is the eyes of Noah and the light. The days of Noah have returned. But notice that these two eyes look like flames also. Twin flame. So there's some communication to you about that. How this twin is smaller than you. Both of you guys have to be the same frequency for your power to be really strong. And I honestly don't know. I'm sure somebody here does know. I don't. I could common sense it, but I would, to be honest with you, may be giving you wrong information if I just guess at it. Who is this twin flame? I don't know. Remember what the twin is. It's invisible. You're visible. Your twin is invisible. But I will tell you a story that I do know. Somebody died. They died and they went to Mars. And when they went to Mars, they met, it was a man, and he met a woman. And she said, I'm your twin flame. We've had many lifetimes together. And he said, I've missed you. She said, you are on earth to raise your frequency so that you and I can be as one, because when Eve was cut from Adam, it made us half of what we were. Our souls were cut in half. It reminds me of Pac-Man, wugga, wugga, wugga. So you're only half a circle. Your other twin flame is half. So the near-death experience was, she said, we've had many lifetimes together. We've had children together. And you're here on this earth to be responsible for your own energy in your own space, to learn how to love and open your heart chakra and forgive. And you're here to create worlds with me, but you have to raise your frequency to be like me. And when he was talking with her, he saw that she was way more powerful than him. And he knew he had a lot of work to do. And she said, we will not become as one circle until you have learned and we are at the same frequency. And then we will create worlds together. And they had to part ways, and it was extremely painful for the Eve or the Adam to be cut from the Eve. But your twin flame doesn't have to be on this earth, number one. Number two, they are usually invisible like Atreyu. Bastian couldn't see Atreyu. This twin flame could manifest as a human on earth, but is really an invisible energy like a cloud that really encourages you to become the same frequency so that you have power. And that is the power of mana. And that's the supernatural energy of God. It's something that they say that is almost very difficult to explain. A lot of us missed a lot. We were frozen and missed the whole drawing. It froze. Oh, it did? Really? Oh no. It didn't show that on my end. I'm so sorry. Basically what I was saying was, we did another piece over here. And we asked, how, like, if Rebecca wants to make the train and be the rainbow bridge to make the train go where the train needs to go. We saw the eyes, the shining eyes of like Noah. Death, life. There's the train. 111 is the sun. The two candlesticks reflects one candlestick is small, the other is big. This is twin flame. Rebecca is here to grow her strength so that her twin flame can be the same strength so they can create worlds together and they can become powerful. And that Rebecca can't do anything outside of the will and the arm of God. But once she is in the will and the arm of God, there's nothing impossible under her. She could become a scryer and a map maker to literally change the map of the world through scrying. Through scrying, she's going to create a marauder's map. And that is remapping things under the will of God. Oh, hopefully you'll watch on YouTube, but I didn't know that it was glitching. I know somebody called me for a second, but then it went back to green. Well, just look at everything very, very closely here. This makes the letter R. Your heart chakra is about here, and there's a cloud there, and there's Isis there. So if you know anything about gods, goddesses, runes, symbology, anything, you can really look and study your piece and see. Also, you need to know that you're inside a train. I believe you're the train conductor. And so you take people on the train who need to learn, lead, and listen. Learn, lead, listen, and another one that was on there. And they go on this learning train, dimensional train, and then they get a golden ticket. And then the golden ticket takes them to higher places. But anyway, that's your job. But it'd be so interesting if you did make a map and you did, through the energy of God, changed the program from the dark one's agenda into the program of God through this art technique. Now, I was told that there is a possibility that this art technique serves as a magical square. What does it mean by that? It means if you persist in all efforts, there's a possibility that you actually create a Stargate portal and you shift things here, thereby shifting things on the ethereal realm. But I don't know. Like I said on the phone, I could be wrong. You're welcome. Yes. Print the images out and look up more. Let me just hold it exactly right so you can take a really good screenshot. You're so welcome. You've been doing one daily. Not sure what it all means though. You guys, especially you guys, you subscribers, if you want to go live with me, you don't have to show your faces. Show me some of your pieces. Let's see your pieces. I can help you. You can send me some of your pieces and I will help you to see some things. Like one of you guys sent me your piece and your deceased husband was like right there. And I don't know, sometimes it's hard to see. But if you have a specific question before you scry, getting into symbology will help so much. And all it takes is just keep practicing and practicing, really. I want you to notice how that you also kind of make a boat here. Your arms make a boat. And that man on the other page looked like Noah. So if you're the wife of Noah, then you help people move through dimensions. Hi, Queen Karma. Good to see you, darling. Oh, thank you, Rhett. Good to see you, too. You guys, please follow Rhett. Please follow Queen Karma. Some of my favorite people. You guys can go live with me anytime and see, we'll see together. And we can contemplate some of these symbols together. But great job, Rebecca. Very good job. I'm seeing, to be honest, most of us, we all used to be at 12 o'clock. And now I'm seeing that we're moving this way. The other day, somebody was at 14. It's like, what? We went from being in a boat. Then all of us started walking on water. Then we were over a wall. And then we were 12. And we were all in the Vesica Piscis. Now all of a sudden we're shifting a little bit. We're going toward 13. Almost everyone. Then 14. Some of you guys are in 14. Some of you are in 13. Some of you are still at 11, 12. But pretty much when you start seeing things. But here's the key. Even though you're at 13, Rebecca, your male counterpart is smaller. So learn how to receive and feed your spirit more. Sun gaze with your eyes closed, garden, all those things that we talked about. And then you'll start strengthening your spirit. And then once you guys are the same frequency, then bam. Then it'll be like fire. Then you'll sing, I'm driving in my car. Dun, 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 dun. I turn on the radio. Dun, 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 dun. You say I need to grow. Dun, 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 dun. I say you need to sun gaze some more. Dun, 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 dun. I say you should feed me so I can be set on fire. 'Cause when we kiss, ooh, fire. Hey, doesn't this look like a planet? A sun? Doesn't this look like a portal? Doesn't it look like a Stargate? Oh, yeah, it does. All right, babies. Oh yeah, it is like light language in a way, for sure. It's incredible. But this one's really incredible too. And that is that basically God, who doesn't seem to have pupils for eyes, said, I am in control of death and life. When you are inside my will, my body, you can scry with my arms, with your physical body, and do many great things with life and death, only under the will of God. And God said that you have to be dominated by the Holy Spirit, which is the number 14. And God said your candles, your twin flames, they should be in alignment. And this means watch how you feed your physical body. Your flesh and your spirit should be fed equally. And they should be just as strong for your power to work. Your flesh should be powerful through action. Your spirit gets powerful through action also. Not just words. Yes, so funny, Queen Karma. John was just talking about the number 8. Let me explain. If you watch the Saturday Live, John told us some really significant stuff about our being able to fly, and about the number 8. He said that we shouldn't have 3 names, first, middle, last. We should have 4. That they use odd numbers to mess us up. So the number 7, that Osiris's body was cut 14 times, 7 for him, that makes 14, was on purpose because it's out of balance. And when we are out of balance, we don't have a perfect circle, we have an egg shape. That's that egg shape right there. The egg shape is what keeps us trapped or something. So he said that when you're thinking of eternal life or the 8th flame, your DNA actually looks like the number 8, like this, right? And then he said that you take this 8 and that 8 and you cross it over on top of each other and twist it to make this form, and this makes 8, 8, 8 on its side, 8 up, which is the eternal flower life symbol. That anything that is an odd number is out of balance. It's so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. These are all odd numbers that mess us up. The way that balance works and truth is balance is 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. But the thing is, when you get to 14, the 14 can be manipulated. This is why they manipulated 14 into 7 and 7. Because 12 is 6 and 6, it's still even numbers. But 7, 7 turns it into odd, odd. Right? So this is what was manipulated. This is Osiris's body that was cut here. But 8 is the balance. And he knows some quantum mechanics stuff. He has a bachelor's in quantum physics and all this. And he said, when we're talking about the moon and the sun, like this number 8 symbol, absolutely our DNA is connected to the number 8. And the Hopi and many other ancient tribes talk about the 8th flame. And they say when the 8th flame is lit within our subconscious mind, within our heart, within our inner outer world, the whole earth is going to ascend and change. So it's a wonderful story. The 7-sided star is the fairy one. The 7-sided star is it the tetrahedron? The Merkaba? It's I don't know. I know I studied it at one time and I actually did a whole video about it, but then my brain went, okay, forget about that now. Yeah. Your son's like that you gave 4 names. Oh, good job. I mean, that's why Bastian had to call out another name to the Empress. Because to get out of the false timeline and reality, we have to change things. And to change things, we have to give it a new name, a 4th name. The hephagram. Oh, yeah. All my children have 4 names. That's funny. Really? Dang. And you've got 1111. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a child with a hat on. And this child has the face of Isis. And a little dragon. So you do have a child that's quite connected to the ancient past. And you have another child here that's a lion. So your children are coming forward also. Who of my subscribers needs to hear from Spirit? Tell me what your first name is and what you would like Spirit to tell you. This is the free session part of the reading. If you miss any part of this, you can go to my Mary Moses channel on YouTube and subscribe and hit the bell button and get notified to hear what Spirit has to say. If you want to know what the Marauders map is and what's going on spiritually, and keep updated on where we are on this dimensional train, just follow, and you can fast forward through the video and get to the very end if you want to, so that you can see what Spirit has to say. Because when I read for you guys individually, it is a collective reading. We are all pretty much ascending almost the same way. Some of us are at 11, some of us are at 12, some are 13, some are 14, but I don't see anyone in the lower realm anymore. Some people have their feet there, but your head isn't there anymore. Oh, you're having a wedding. Ooh, yeah. I love that. You can wear cotton with linen, and I believe you can wear cotton with wool. You just cannot wear linen with wool. It will cancel each other out. If you buy fabric that's half linen, half cotton, it's fine. From what I've seen and from what I've read. Spirit, please tell me if I'm on the right path. All right, so Micah, let's see if Spirit is if you are on the right path, my darling. Let's see here. Micah, you and I are out in the woods and we're taking a walk under some giant oak trees, really cedar trees, like red cedar trees. And there are these mushrooms everywhere, and we're like, what? And they're so beautiful. And it's morning, and there's fog. And we're holding hands. And on the path, there's these stones. And you and I have to hold hands, but we have to let this stone go between you and me. I think I know what that means. So, anyway, we see that on the path there's a light at the end, and you and I are just holding hands, and we go toward this light, and it's so bright. And okay, so Micah, Spirit wants you to focus on your cave of Brahma. This is you imagining being in the cave of your mind, a little tiny seed or grain of sand or rock of light, and making that light bigger and bigger and bigger all around you, and envisioning it every day. There's something about psychic attacks or something cutting you, like something interfering with your twin, with your double. And in order for you to get out of confusion, you should activate your cave of Brahma through a meditation technique. Now, I do make some videos about this on my SoundCloud, Mary Moses SoundCloud. Also, I make some videos on YouTube. But predominantly, there are many videos about activating your cave of Brahma. You're going to want to strengthen your spiritual muscle of visualizing. And actually not only visualizing the golden light growing within your cave of Brahma, but making it so big that you feel the heat on your shoulders. All right, but let's look and see what Spirit has to say for you. So I hear the song, Pour Your Sugar on Me. Pour your sugar on me. In the name of love, pour your... No, 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 no. I can't get enough. Maybe something about sugar for you. So there is a stone, and it says XY, and XY chromosomes. This is something about your genes. In the stone is a sword. This is a sword in the stone. All right. You have a piece of yourself left in Pisces, and the only way to take the sword out of the stone, which is a piece of yourself left in another timeline, is a myriad of explanations for you. Also, you need to drink water. So here you are, and you're drinking water, by the way. A cup over your... But, however, you do have your arm stretched out with the stone here. Now, it is a piece of yourself that you've left and that needs to be retrieved through getting the sword out. And we will talk about it. You have like a dragon. Has the T. House. You've shifted realities. We all have. Like a tornado. Ooh, all my markers are going dry. They're being jerks. Try another one. Maybe that one. Okay. All right, you're kneeled down. I better just use chalk. You're kneeled down. You're drinking water. Living waters from a heart. Living waters pouring from a heart. There's someone that looks female here, and like a motherly energy female. It says A, and there's somebody over here. It's a grandmother or some kind of older person back here. There's an angel. You have a spirit guide that can manifest as, I don't know, this is somebody that's very significant to you. They seem like a spirit guide, like angels. I get this angel. The letter A is an angel. So, and out around their head is the sun, and the symbol of the sun going like around the head, like a saint almost, like this. And then you have a rune symbol that goes like this, but then it's also a bumblebee. This is hearing the voice of God. This angel is actually giving you the water. It says Z and then O. So So XYZ. So there's something about male and female energy here. And your spirit guide is like a dragon. And this house is you have shifted timelines, and you've left a piece of yourself back there, and you have to go and retrieve it in order to have power. Otherwise, you don't have the power. So I don't know when they changed our timeline, but something happened and we shifted, and we have to get these pieces back. But water looks like it's a main culprit, or at least you're drinking something, and the drink is causing an issue. You have the mother goose on your head. This is Isis. Your entire body makes the mother goose, actually. And then here you are. And like that. And so you're in the body of a goddess. You are not in the moon anymore. You have ascended. You're in the fire. You have to... I have seen you're kneeled down in a kneeling position. With one hand, also, you're holding something, a flame, twin flame energy here. Your twin is in a lower realm. You have to feed your twin. You have to feed your spirit. It seems like there's something there, and I don't know if I'm right about this. All I know is there's a lower realm and a higher realm, and when we leave a piece of ourselves in this lower realm, we have to retrieve it. So she is kneeled down also here, praying with hands like this. And a tower that fell. This is a prison planet. Prison. And your twin, your spirit guide, this dragon, give you a little description of what the dragon actually looks like. It's really cute. Dragon, I don't know if you know this, but dragons actually look like birds in a way, because this dragon has almost like a bird beak. And then their eyes go like this. And they're like half bird, and it has the letter T on it. So I don't know what that is, but here we go like this. And so you're a pillar of God. You are at 12. You're almost going toward 13. You're looking toward the west. That's seeing God within you within other people. Realizing that everyone is either a mirror of hell or heaven. If you keep seeing people that are jerks, then you can't take the sword out of the stone. Because somehow your mind is still inside the mind of the world of the dead. You are still somehow connected to the dead world. And so you cannot pull the sword out of the stone until that you can see God within you, and God within everyone that you see will start speaking. Like you'll ask God a question, suddenly someone at Walmart will answer you. That's God. When you begin to love yourself and then love everyone around you, because suddenly everyone is like a part of God, and they're no longer in the jerk world, then you can pull the sword out of the stone. But as long as you still think that you're down here, you will not be able to pull it. You're not there. Also, you should scry. Everyone who watches me should become a scryer. So here you are with your double self is holding a feather and a piece of paper, a couple of pieces of paper, and you being able to hear what God has to say about this yourself. So the butterfly, you are going to, become your fourth heart chakra. It needs to open up. You need to feed your double self. You are kneeling down in reverence. And so this means one knee is down here and the other one here. So this means that there's a little bit of your energy in the world of the dead. So all you have to do is, anytime the world complains and shames and blames each other or politics or religion, don't engage. Seek first the kingdom of God. Purify yourself. This is a time of purification. The white goose and the cave of Brahma, this yellow sun around your head, activate it. Become a scryer. And don't think of your past self or the people connected to it. You have been reborn. You're somebody new now. Focus on your new self, your new world, and begin creating it as such. So move your furniture around. Change everything around. If you're new, make it new. But you cannot get this sword, which is your power, out of the stone, which is your old head, your old self, until you completely forgive and let go and know you're not there anymore, my darling. You're actually very powerful. You're kneeling, though. And that's because you're giving your power away to the world of the dead in some way. Drink water and don't allow someone else's energy, which is someone else's house, to go near your genitals or your solar plexus. That's not okay. You will create your own power. You don't need someone else's power. Your power is enough. And your double, your spirit guide, your really beautiful dragon is very proud of you and wants you to continue practicing your power. And if this dragon is giving you the allegory of being a scryer as just a symbol of power, then take it as that. If you're literally wanting to do scrying, then take it as that. But there's something about you forsaking your power if you don't start working on it. You have to work on it every day. And you have spirit guides helping you. You have an angel in particular, and this angel has a wing over your head. So you're being protected, and you're being trained on seeking first the kingdom of life, truth, and heavenly things, and not giving your power away to the world of the dead. Don't think about people. Thinking about people is worshiping them. The World Wide Web, or the Wicked Witch of the West, they are no longer our concern. Take the sword out of the stone. Get above this wall, this house that's kind of... You're tethered to someone's energy, and their house is small. They're a munchkin. They're short of understanding. Somehow they got into your energy space. All the feelings that you're feeling aren't yours. When we are connected to someone who is ignorant or whose energy is short, like a munchkin, they will feed off of you, and they don't know it. They will tether their energy to yours, and they don't even know it. The way to cut something or someone off of you, even including your past self, is to become not you anymore. How do you become not you? Seek first the kingdom of God. And you have been reborn. Let your mind be the mind of your angel. Let your thoughts be the thoughts of this angel. Let your words and your body and everything be the energy and the words and the thoughts of very powerful energies that are eternal. And any limited energies, don't think about it. Thinking about people is actually a form of worship. That's why on your knees is W. When I think of my mother, my father, my daughter, my children, anything for a long period of time, it's worshiping them. Thank you, darling. Worshiping someone is not okay. Not okay. Why? Because you're tethering your energy to them and you're getting downloads from them. See, when you connect your energy to an angel or an ascended master, you're worshiping them through thought. You're connecting your energy to them through thought. And you're thinking about them, which is worship. And so you're not giving your power to them. You are thinking about them and tethering your energy to theirs so that you receive downloads from them so that you can become like them. Right? This is why Jesus said, don't worship me, follow me. You're meant to be as powerful as me and more. Right? So, but when we're thinking about people who aren't really alive and they're kind of spiritually dead and they're just in the matrix living their la-la life, and we think about them for too long, we actually are worshiping them. And when we worship them, they bring their house into our house. Our net gets connected with their net, and we lose our power. As a matter of fact, if they are depressed, suicidal, angry, have low self-worth, or even self-importance, you will feel their energy on you, and you will carbon copy how they feel onto you. And you will feel it so strongly. If somebody like me came up and told you, those aren't really your feelings, you would tell me I was lying. And I would say, yeah, but I see it in this art that those aren't your feelings. It's someone else's feelings that you're connecting to. And you would say, I just don't believe it because I feel it so strongly. And I would say, stop indulging in how you feel or think. Go listen to comedy. Go sun gaze. Make yourself laugh at yourself and the world. You know for a fact that you're nothing. And by extension, you're everything. You know for a fact that you're no one, and yet everyone. You know for a fact that your power is in 0-point energy, not polarized by whatever you're getting here. You're an oracle. That means that you have to be in a metaphorical tower, and you can't allow your thoughts to be connected to people who don't know how to illuminate themselves from the inside out. You need to be illuminated and not worshiping anybody through thought. So if somebody is polarizing you and hurting your feelings, or in any way making you sway out of alignment, jealousy, it doesn't matter what, then you're attaching yourself to the dark side. The only reason we should feel upset is if we're not in 0-point energy. If somebody tells you you're stupid and you get upset, or if somebody tells you you're the greatest person in the world and you just get addicted to that, then it's low self-worth or self-importance. We must stay in the balance, which is 0-point energy, and not worship anybody, not even ourselves. When we think about ourselves too much and our own feelings and our own thoughts, that's also self-worship, self-indulgence, and self-importance. I have done this so badly, it was like an illness. I was so bad with it. I was so sick with it. I had such self-importance. I still have it sometimes. I want so much to love the world and for the world to love me. And yet I have this reminder, I am no one. And when I'm everyone and everything, I have all the love in the world. I don't need to be polarized by this thought that I am worthless or that I need to be the great and mighty Wizard of Oz. I need to know that I'm loved just by existing. I need to know that I am an instrument of joy, and that my very energy can change not only me, but my family and the world by being on fire with truth and life energy, right? But when I get polarized because I wake up one morning and go, I'm so dismayed that I don't feel loved by God or the world, and then I want to go and do some amazing things to get attention and get love, and I start thinking about people too much and all that, it's an illness. And I had to have a talk with myself the other day. I was like, why did you post that video? And I said to myself, there's a part of me that is judging me. I think that I want people to like my videos. But the truth of the matter is, I really make these videos and all these things for myself and for my future family and friends. And I really don't care about how many people like the video. I think it's a mind control manipulation to believe that we care about that. I think that we have convinced ourselves that we care about how many people like us or don't like us. When really, if we were really good astral travelers, we would know everyone loves us and that we are divinely loved and infinitely loved all the time. And it doesn't matter whether our videos or whether what we make or create gets likes or gets a large audience or not, right? And so I had to have a talk with myself like out loud and say, do you really care? And I said, no. Why did you make, that video? I would say because I love to sing. I love music. I love art. I love the fantastic ability to dress up in costumes and not be me. I love to step outside of myself and be a joyful person that lifts other people up. I love to see my heart sing, and that's it. And so I have to talk to myself sometimes to get myself out of being polarized. And you can do that too. Talk to yourself out loud. You can say, do I really think this? Do I really feel this? Or is this somebody else I'm feeling? Is this some sort of mind control technique from all of these apps? Why do they even have likes on them? Who cares, right? I mean, they show you how many people view it. Why do they have how many people like it? Who cares, right? So talk to yourself out loud, and you'll get a pretty good barometer as to whether it's you or somebody else affecting you and infecting you. Because I get feelings sometimes too, and I'm like, I'm feeling like really angry, and I'm feeling insulted. How dare you? and then I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Who's thinking this? Is it me, or was I thinking about someone? And then I started feeling angry, and then I started feeling self-important, and then I got out of divine order and a natural flow, and then I got mad at myself and them and God for everything not being in divine flow. And then it just gets muddy from there, right? And so I always have to stop and think, wait. I was thinking about someone, then I got angry. Okay, I forgive myself. I forgive them. I'm cutting that off. I'm going to go listen to comedy. I'm going to go dance. I'm going to stand in my truth. I am nothing, and yet I am everything with everyone, and I do not worship myself or anyone else. I seek first the kingdom of God, and if I think on an ascended master, I'm just learning to become part of their energy, period. And then I take my power back. The sword comes out of the stone. Ta-da! Now you're home. Yes. Oh, I love that, Queen Karma. If you reach one person, that's who it's meant for. And we have to say that to ourselves all over and over, because I know my feelings get hurt. I mean, I have a lot of followers, and I'll post a video, and if I only get 40 likes, of all the followers I have, it's like, what's going on here, you know? But at the same time, I believe we've reached a paradigm or a precipice where there's some sort of anomaly or some sort of amazing thing that is occurring where whatever we post is meant to be for that person, for one person, 2 people, 10 people, whatever. It doesn't matter. The numbers don't matter. And I think that there seems to be some sort of push for us to wake up and realize it doesn't matter. You know what matters for me? When I make your videos, when I do your art, and then through your art, I make a meditation video because your art taught me something. And so I might send you the meditation. I might put a video of your song, this meditation that we made together. If you go to my SoundCloud, Mary Moses, I don't say that those are my songs. They're not. Sometimes I say your name in these songs. They are your energy. They are your songs. This is your art. We do this together. And so that's how we're becoming collective. Where this isn't my video, this is your video too. We share it. This isn't my art, this is your art. It's shared energy. This isn't my song, this is your song too. We shared it. It came from the idea of your art. And I'm liking that. Because I don't like the idea of, that's mine. I am the oracle. This is my art. As a matter of fact, I said my art the other day, and my husband said, you mean the art? And I was like, oh yeah, it's not mine. It's not mine. It's all of us together. It says create on the side of the drawing. On the side. See where the letter C is. Create. Like here, C-R-E-A-T, and then like an E like that. From the middle of the image with the W, sword, and the C. Okay, so, oh, the W and the sword. Okay, so C here. Ooh, somebody's really good at seeing. Very good. Wow. Dang. It does. C-R. Is that an S on the right? Oh, it looks like W. I don't know. Oh, bottom up. Oh, like here. C, this one. CR. There you go. There's CR right there. Where's the E? Oh, E. It does seem like the messages and words right in front of it. Happens all the time. Like this is the symbol of the crucible. It means burning away all that is false. There are so many symbols in here. So many. I bet you could spend a whole month. Look at all the letters down here. This is a symbol of water. This is a symbol of fire. This is a symbol of ice. Ice, water, fire. Oh, you've been flipping your phone around. Here, let me hold it nice and straight so you guys can take a picture. Some of you guys are really good. You're like Sherlock Holmes, figuring some stuff out here. Then the R is in front of the E. Okay, so C, R, E. So here's E, right here. E. Oh, the air symbol, yeah. See, this says L, I, V. See, L, I, the sword makes a V, a very sharp V. If you have liver problems, L-I-V-E-R, spirit would be talking to you like that. Liver is if your liver, it's water and pH. You have to drink enough water. Spirit is, let me just tell you guys this. When you become a scryer, it is not by your own power that you become like this, where you start seeing things that are kind of amazing. But Spirit is so smart that they will bring these houses and all this stuff, and we'll see all this. We're like, la, la, la. And then a few months later, you might be looking at this piece and go, oh my gosh. It literally says, let's see here. W, there's a W, O, L, W, O, W. Now, the word wow is mom upside down. So remember that some people live in the upside down world, right? So you have this W down here. Wow, W-O-W spells mom if this is upside down. So, yeah, it gets crazy. It gets so crazy. Yeah, the wall, W-A-L-L also. Thank you so much. You guys, please follow Erica. What a wonderful... Yes, I see help. I see that too. I see help. Help. Wall. Mom. If your mom has crossed over, or if you have problems with your mom or anything, then you can look at this and like Sherlock Holmes and see if there's something being said to you. Let's look at it upside down. If it's somebody in the upside down world saying they need help, then who is it? Oh, look at here. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you guys. I love you guys so much. I love you. I could kiss you right on the lips. Here we go. Here's a house. A beautiful, like, I don't know, some sort of female here. When I see somebody outside of a house, this is somebody who has passed away. If you're inside the house, you're alive. If your house is broken and empty and you're outside of the house, it's as if you're no longer in a body. You're out of your body, okay? So that is a house, okay? And then it does say, like, it could be a grandmom, but anyway, it's like a mom energy. And you can see somebody's face here, like here. Like that, right? And then there's the other M, but there's a star here, but it's a strange star. It's like 6 points instead of 5. And the hand is somebody. And there's a flag, like a surrender flag. It's like a place, and there's souls, like thousands of souls. People who are lost souls. They need help. If you take the sword out of the stone, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, think about the show Stranger Things. It's as if they have upside down worlds everywhere, and there's a right side up world. We are currently in the right side up world. We were in the upside down world. That's where we came from. So it is strange. Oh, the Star of David has 8 points. Okay. Now, here's the thing with symbology. I'm going to give you guys a little symbology, something to write down in your symbology book. You guys should write down some things that I have come to know in the last 15 years of doing this, okay? The bottom of your foot is your soul, okay? This person has the bottom of their foot on this stone. This is saying to Micah, you have a piece of your soul left in the upside down world. It's not about thinking about that person or worshiping them to get them up, like we talked about. It's about when you stand up and you get a lot of power and you hear the voice of God, and your hands are the voice of God, and your feet are godly. Then you can go back in time and rescue a piece of yourself from the upside down world before your heart was broken. Before your heart was broken. You have to get to yourself before your soul was cut or your heart was broken. You're going to become a time traveler. But you can't travel back in time until you quantum jump into the mother, the father, and the person that you've always wanted, that your inner child always needed. Once you quantum jump into a person that is no longer polarized and obeys the will of God and is powerful, then you time travel back through remote viewing to a place from before you were cut, thereby rescuing yourself, thereby no needing to forgive anyone. It never happened. Thereby getting a piece of your soul back that was somehow hijacked, and having the power to save yourself from that place. But I'll say this, we can't do it until we have the power to do so and we're led to do so. And I'm going to tell you here, today is the day that all these messages are really starting to come through about retrieving our past child self. It's been coming through in so many of my readings that we are about the time for all of you guys becoming an oracle, hearing the voice of God, seeing the voice of God in other people, seeing it through social media, seeing it in a book, seeing it through music, seeing it everywhere. Oh my gosh, my double, my higher self is talking through people. I am beginning to see God everywhere. So you're becoming an oracle. Now you're going to start collecting power and start doing amazing things on the spirit realm. You're going to become a superhero. Yay. Now, you will not be able to be the superhero until you time travel and obliviate your entire past, like Hermione. You're going to go back in time to before anyone hurt you. You're going to say, sweet baby, I'm here to rescue you. Let's go get in a hot air balloon. You take them to a castle. You tell them how amazing they are. You tell them that they're very powerful and they need to train this way or that way, but you put them in a safe place in your imagination and in your heart. You give them a little locket over around their neck. You fill them with magic and life, and you never talk about your past again, and you obliviate your mom, your dad, yourself, everything. Give yourself a new name, a new future, everything. And then you have saved yourself from being cut like Osiris's soul as a time traveler. And then you can take the sword out of the stone, and then guess what? Damn Sam, people better not be against you, because if God is for you, who could be against you? Well, maybe who can be against you? The World Health Organization? I don't know, an owl, a watcher? Who can be against you? No one can be against you if God is for you. And so this is the circle of life. Become the mother, the father that you always needed, and become that powerful person. Time travel back to your child self, saving them from all pain. Bring them back up here with you, but obliviate this. It never happened. Goodbye forever. Then you're on to something. Then you get the sword. And ooh, mama, what kind of sword is it? It is a sword that can cut through time, that can open portals, that can talk to God and angels, that can heal people, that can raise the dead, that is something else than what we were. I love that. You guys are so cute. Yes, there is a meditation for this. I actually made a meditation video, and I'm going to post a retrieving your child self today. I will put it online today, and it will also be on my SoundCloud, Mary Moses. If you want to download it, you can watch it on my YouTube today. This is about going back in time, but only when you're directed to by divine timing. Retrieving your child self before you were traumatized. If you're an infant, fine. It is the allegory of the movie Labyrinth. We go through this life until we find that inner child, that little baby, and get that baby before it was hurt. Take it back to this, and then suddenly we have defeated a system, and we have defeated time. Mm-hmm. You're so welcome. I love this. I love this so much. We got to make your head look like a stone, though. We can't just make it some weird blob sitting here. It has something to do with when we were cut X from Y chromosomes, when Adam was cut into Eve. Anyway, maybe we need to go back even further than childhood. I don't know, but let's just start with childhood. But anyway, so this is the stone. And there's your soul. Your soul is stuck in a stone. Let's go get it. All right. Who wants to escape and go sneak out and go get our souls back? Anybody in? Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. I love it. This is a symbol of fire. All of these are symbols. All of these are communications. All of them. It's so funny. Hey, you guys want to go? Queen Karma, you, me, True to You, Stephanie, John. Listen, I have escaped. You guys know my story. I escaped. My parents were jerks. Oh, my whole family was a bunch of jerks. Maybe I was the jerk. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to escape it. And I was in Hawkins' lab. I was literally thrown into Hawkins' lab, which is Stranger Things, at 11 years old. Now, you know the upside down world from Stranger Things. Now, 11 opens portals, right? So through this technique, scrying, we actually open portals to truth, the unseen world. All right, here I was in Hawkins' lab, thrown in there because my jerk mother and my jerk stepdad, preacher stepdad, so that he wouldn't go to jail for what he did to me. So anyway, I escaped a state mental hospital. I was there for about a year before I escaped. But when I escaped at 12 years old, me and Nora escaped, and we had to jump over a wall. Oh my gosh, we had no idea that the wall was like 15, 18 feet tall. But anyway, we jumped over a wall, ran into a bunch of kudzu into the woods, and stole some cheese from Kroger. We did all this stuff. That wasn't the only hospital I escaped from. Every time the doctor said, no, your daughter's fine, she needs to come home. My mom didn't want me to come home because she wanted to stay with her husband who had issues. All right, so she would put me in another hospital then, and I would escape from that one. And my mother would say, my daughter will escape from this place. And they're like, don't worry, no one has ever escaped from this hospital. And my mom's like, you don't know my daughter. And they're like, you don't know that there are grown people who have lived here for years and has never escaped. Well, I remember one time, here I am sitting in this dumb room with one window. It's called the BCR room, Behavior Control Room. Oh, they wouldn't even give me a pillow. I'm just sitting on the bed. I'm just like a piece of garbage. I'm like a child. I'm 12 years old, all right? It's like, come on. Really, I deserve this abuse? Oh, well. So here I am singing songs. And I didn't know it, but singing songs really helps to change timelines. I'm singing songs. We're having a group therapy meeting. And one of the boys likes me, thinks I'm cute, and he goes, we're going to escape. Do you want to go with me? Well, here's the thing. Let me show you what it was like. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I could actually show you a map of where we ran and everything. This is the second time I escaped from a hospital. This is like criminals can't even escape from these hospitals. So this side was the boys' side. This side was the girls' side. But you couldn't see each other because there was like a major building, tall building in between. So really, it was like that. And one of the boys over here said, sneak into our room and we're going to escape. And I was like, okay. Well, what they did was the windows... See, my room was like 5 floors above the ground. Like, there's no way I could have escaped from my room at all. What these boys did, They took the window that was made of plexiglass. It was like this thick with screws on the side. They screwed them in on the side like this. So what these boys did, they turned the radio up really loud and they kicked this plexiglass so hard for days until the screws broke through the plexiglass and we were able to squeeze through the plexiglass. So I sneak it from my room into their room. 2 boys. I go stand in their shower. A staff member comes in and says, "Have you seen Mary Moses?" And they were like, "No." So they keep going room to room looking for me because they know I'm gone. They do checks on me all the time. Here I am, not in my room, whatever. So we go out the window. When we go out the window, there's this fence. The fence goes like this, but then it has a thing that goes above it like this. You have to climb over. Let me just tell you, that is the hardest thing to climb over in the entire, like, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. So you go up, then you got to go up a little higher like this. So we ended up climbing over it. We go across the interstate. We go by a Rio Bravo. Me and this one boy, this one guy, he went his own way. You know, they never found him. Never. He left and he never came back. Me and this guy ran, and we ran to Rio Bravo, which was a Mexican restaurant, and a cop stopped me and him. But it was just one cop. So the cop detained him with handcuffs. Here he is. He was crazy, just to let you know. He was really crazy. He was really, really weird. But anyway, they stopped him and the cop said, "You need to stay here." And I said, "No." And I knew that if he tried to come after me, that he would have to let him go. So there were people sitting up here at Rio Bravo cheering for me. They were like, "Run, run, run," like that. So there was a hill, and I ran up above Rio Bravo and went over this way, and a helicopter was in the sky looking for me. And I was so thirsty. I went behind some houses, and I got a hose, and I started drinking some water, and I started getting scared, and I didn't know where I was. I'm here in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia, okay, first of all. And then some cops find me, and I start running, and I ended up running to a fence. And these cops said, they cornered me, and they said, "You need to stop, you need to blah, blah, all this stuff." And I looked on the ground, I saw a piece of glass, and I said, "If you come any closer, I'm going to cut my wrists." I said, "Don't even come near me, don't touch me," you know. Because when you're a child, first of all, you're desperate. Secondly, thirdly, your mother abandoned you. Your father committed suicide. Your stepdad is a molester. He's a preacher. Your sisters think you're a jerk because your mom brainwashed them. You have not a friend in the world. You're stuck in a mental hospital made to look like you're crazy with a bunch of weirdos, I might say. And you're lost, totally lost. And I said, "You come any closer, I'm going to do something to myself." And the cop said, "Look, I'll make a deal with you. If you put the glass down and come with us, I'll let you call your mom." And I believed him. I went with him. He took me to a payphone and let me call my mom. I called my mom and I said, "Mom, please don't do this to me. Don't choose him over me. Please let me come home. I don't want to be with these people and all this." She just said, "I wish you were never born," and hung up on me. And I cried, 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 and I was so angry at God. Because every time I prayed to Jesus or God, "Please save me from child molesting stepfathers, from all these evil people," nope. It was like God and Jesus and everybody else said, "Nope, you're a piece of garbage. Accept it." And I'm like, yeah, I'll just cry a million tears for a million years, and I'll just make an ocean of tears. How about that? because that's all I had was my tears. And so I would cry and pray and cry and pray, and nothing ever helped. Not ever. So what I'm saying is, this upside down world exists. And if you find yourself in the upside down world with a jerk mother, jerk father, and you yourself are a jerk, the only way out is through possibly the truth that you were your mother, you were your father, you were your stepfather, you were everyone. And you were experiencing yourself from, I don't know, maybe a parallel world, I don't know. And the only way out is forgiveness and to retrieve our innocence. Take back that self that was never cut, eaten, whatever they did to us. Take on the responsibility that we could have been the jerks. Fine. Totally forgive. Then go back to your past and say, oh, hi. I have actually escaped the upside down world, and I have actually become the person that I've always wanted to be, and I have cut off the world of the curse. So hi, I'm here to rescue you, and we're not going back. That's how it works, according to this reading anyway. Forgiveness, but forgiveness isn't kind. It's ruthless. It's like, ew. If I was a jerk and they were a jerk, totally can forgive you by being a good guy. I'm willing. I'm totally willing to be a good guy. Not that I was ever bad as a child, but I don't believe any child ever deserves that type of torture or pain. However, the only thing that makes sense to me is that I was a jerk. I was my mother, I was my father, I was my grandmother, I was my grandfather. And that's the only thing, that's the only way that I can truly reconcile, that I can truly forgive. And that's what I encourage everybody to do, because especially if you were really traumatized, it's the only way to get a piece of our soul left in the upside down world. Oh, your wife went through something similar? Oh, wow. Well, I got to go because my husband is making dinner. Make sure you take a picture of this and ask Spirit to be specific about who and what and everybody is. But to be honest with you, this is you. This is you in the upside down world that needs to be retrieved. Anything else is a communication about where you are. And you're just kneeling down because you're worshiping people through thought. Be careful of your thoughts. Your brain works like the golden compass, and we don't want to bring the Voldemort into Hogwarts. We want to cut them off. All right, I love you guys so much. Let's escape. Let us transcend and fly. John's going to teach us how to fly. And we're going to escape together, this prison. And we're going to forgive, and we're going to let go, and we're going to become new people, and we're going to carry crystals with us, and we're going to braid each other's hair. We're going to kiss each other on the lips, and we're going to tell people who are jerks they are not invited because they are pieces of ourselves that we have left behind. So we're going to become adept. We will, see you guys tomorrow. I have 2 appointments tomorrow. Oh, I'm like double booking myself like every day. 2 people tomorrow, 2 people Wednesday, 1 person Thursday. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. It'll be a long day, but I love you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Eat something that is good for your holy temple. Realize that your temple is an antenna that must be really strong with negative ions and with hydration. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.